probably one of my bigger challenges has just been getting people to understand the importance of change management. They think that it's really just about implementing technology, doing training, and
Mm.
bingo, day one, we're where we need to be. They don't see it as bringing people along or that it's humans that have to change, not technology. When I came into the program, I think one of the things that I really wanted to hear more from you about was managing resistance to change and getting stakeholders to realize the value of change. I think that it's really easy for me to build a communication strategy, to build key messages with my clients, but it's when the going gets tough and that especially in my position where I'm advising the client and they have somebody on their team that is very resistant to the change, that's where my challenges kind of arose because, I'm the one advising them. I can't just step in there and start doing things, right? Just trying to ask people for questions. If somebody is very resistant, build them up, make them feel like they're important and say, we really need to be successful with this. What do you think we should do? Those were huge takeaways for me. And those are actually something that I implemented very recently. And I have one client that they just don't want us there. The CEO is the one that brought us in. He loves us, but nobody else at the organization wants us there. And it's just been such a challenge. I had one that we're doing a PCC, a point click care EHR, electronic health record implementation. And I built out the project charter and listed myself as the project manager. And the clinical lead was very resistant to letting me have that responsibility. And it just turned into so many conversations. And, I would just kind of be silent and let her talk, but ask questions, And eventually it got to a point where she said, well, the last time we did this, my supervisor was in my role and it didn't go well and she lost her job. And I said, bingo, that's what her resistance is. And so, I've started having these one on one meetings with her and just building her up of, well, you've done this before, you saw where the problems were in the organization. So tell me, what should we plan for? What can we forecast? And the relationship is slowly getting better,
Yeah.
it's less
Yeah.
toxic anyway. So those were things that kind of stuck with me. I liked the hybrid program. I think it was a good way to not only, hear others' experiences, everybody was kind of approaching some sort of different change. And it was beneficial to hear their perspectives and what was going on and how they were managing it. But then I think, the one on one coaching sessions was a good way to get, more attention, more time just to focus on what I was doing and any questions I specifically had. I liked the way it was broken out. I liked the structure of it. I think what was it, 6 weeks? Is that right?
5 weeks, yeah.
5 weeks, and that we were tackling a different phase of change each week. I think that was a really easy way to approach it. And that, it's almost like you're building upon it with each week too, right? So starting with the, are we ready for the change to all the way to like signal and make the change, right? I think it was a good way to kind of build upon it. I think the analogy is a much easier way for non-change experts to really understand change. And, everybody understands driving, right? So I really liked the analogy. I was able to pick up from your sessions, like I said, just trying to dig in deeper to what somebody's actual fear is. What is it? What's the real reason that you don't want to change? Or bringing them along by building them up and saying, you know what, I could really use your help with this. If I want this to be successful, I need your input. That kind of stuff I was able to implement. I think the benefit to my organization anyway is that, this is a really easy way. Those worksheets that you've built, I think, is a really easy way for anybody on my team to just get the executives that they're partnering with to start thinking in the framework of changing lanes. You don't have to be a master on managing change to execute it with the structure that you put in place. If you're considering the program, why not? Why not do it? You don't have to be a master of change management to do this. You can easily pick up some tools that are going to help you guide people from point A to point B. It was a quick, efficient way to learn a basic approach to change readiness that anyone could execute. It's not just the program, you get the takeaway, right? You get to leave with the worksheets, and that's yours to keep forever. You don't have to build the methodology. You're being given the methodology.